We kind of figured it out. My name is Christian Ferry. I'm the president and CEO of Blockstar, an advisory and investment firm out of San Francisco. We advise company on ICOs and integrating blockchain within their legacy IT systems. We've been doing ICO for a while. We built experience over the years now to launch and successfully launch ICOs. And the things that you want to look for when you do an ICO, but also the things that you want to avoid, the pitfalls. So we're going to talk about how to launch a world-class ICO today. And I'll start with this. That is the sound of money, isn't it? But what is money? What is money? Is that a question or is that a statement? I'm sure that if I ask this guy, he's going to give me two different answers. But if I got the chance to ask you, I'm sure I'm going to get a different answer, each one of you. I'm sure, right? And that's a statement, right? It's not a question, it's a statement. It's the statement that we got as a gift from Satoshi in 2009, right? Bitcoin. It made us realize that money is not what we thought it was. It's almost like an awakening, right? Similarly, I can ask you, what is an ICO? Right? Very high-level question. And how you go about answering this question makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference in what? Whether you're creating value for the community, or you're taking value from the community, or you're creating a scam. Whether you're building your brand, your company brand, or you're losing your face, you're losing your credibility. It makes a difference between living the life or ending up in jail. That's not what we want to do here, right? We want to do the right things. Lastly, it makes a difference between a cluster or a world-class ICO. And that's what we're going to focus on today. But how are you going to go answering this question? How are you going to tackle this question? What is an ICO? It's a tough question. And to help you answer the question, I came up with a framework for you. And I call this framework ISF, ICO Success Framework. And it's a very simple framework. You know why? Because a guy by the name of Leonardo da Vinci once said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So I purposely kept this framework simple, but equally effective. So let's take a look at it. You have the pillars: community focus, transparency, and relevancy. These are the foundations, just like a house, just like a building. On top of that, you have the building blocks: business, tokenomics, and compliance. Let's start from the pillars. Community focus. Why is that important? Let's take a step back and realize one thing, that the success that each one of us has achieved today, including myself, obviously, where we are today, it's not just because of us, but because of the networks that we're in. Our family networks, our friends network, our extended networks. So that's why community is a foundational force of life, of business, and hence of your ICO. So as you go through your ICO, put the community in mind. Put the community first. Because otherwise, you're going to have a sale, but without the crowd. You're not going to have a company built after the ICO. It's just going to be you and yourself. Right? So community first. Transparency. People trust what they see. So just don't hold back, right? In the real essence of blockchain, just as a node, you grab information and you transmit information, you share information. So don't hold back anything. Be fully transparent on what you do. And the community, in turn, will love you for that. Remember, you're taking money not from a VC, not from a PE firm, not from an angel, but you're taking money from millions of people. And those are the people that you have to rely upon and you have to respond to. So just be good with the community and be transparent. Relevancy. Why relevancy is important? Relevancy is key for a sustainable outcome. In order for you to achieve sustainability, you have to take the right decision, to make the right choices today. Not tomorrow, but today. And how you do that? You question your thoughts. You question your actions. You don't jump in. You know why the majority of this ICO will fail? I'll tell you why. Because they started a business and they're doing an ICO for the wrong reason. Just because their friends are doing an ICO, they're doing an ICO, but that's not the right reason. The right reason is to take a step back and say, everybody's doing an ICO today, let me take a step back and figure out, why am I even thinking about doing an ICO? Why am I even thinking about using blockchain? Breakthrough technology, but the crappiest database that we have. It's really, literally the crappiest. An IBM from 1989 is actually faster and more efficient than blockchain today. So question those questions. Don't just take it for granted. Why fundraising? If I have a business that is generating money, right, and a lot of people that are traditional entrepreneurs and serial entrepreneur like myself understand, you generate FCF. What's FCF? Free cash flow. Well, let me tell you something. You can actually grow a business with your free cash flow. You don't need an ICO. You don't need an ICO, right? So just kind of ask yourself the deep question. Take a step back. Don't just jump in. Because oftentimes jumping in because your friend did it is the wrong reason. And unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of fails, right? A lot of failing ICOs. Unfortunately, a lot of these ICO will take money from people, and I want to make sure that you're not going to be the investor investing in these ICO. Now let's look at the building blocks. Business. Everything starts with business, right? Raise your hands. How many people in this panel are actually entrepreneurs? Okay, the large majority, right? 80% of at least, right? What entrepreneurs do? What do they do? What do they do? They build companies, right? They build businesses. Well, back in the 90s, when you ask somebody, hey, what are you doing? She would tell you, hey, I'm actually starting a company, a startup. Now you ask somebody, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing an ICO. Right? Right? Well, an ICO is not a company. It's a fundraising vehicle. It does not make sense. Right? Let's all wake up. So it starts with business. Think about the basic economics of a business. Think about FCF. Think about UVP, right? Unique value proposition, break even, IRR, ROI, product market fit. I run through 300 white paper every single month, and there's no product market fit. Oh, I'm creating this thing, but nobody wants it. But I'm raising $50 million for this thing, but nobody wants it. Because I didn't even talk to people, to customers, right? So starts with the business. Ask those questions, right? Because that's the foundation. You're building a business. You're not raising money for nothing. Number two, tokenomics. The tokenomics makes a huge difference. how you think about the token model, the incentive structure, the game theory behind it. The best ICOs out there, they have game theorists, PhD and scientists in their team to develop a game theory that kind of develop an economy around their business, right? Don't just kind of settle for the first use case of your token. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give access to my platform with my token, that's it. That's easy, been done, right? It's merely successful. But there are roughly 50 plus token models out there that you can use, and many more that we have not invented yet. So really think long and hard, what's the best token model for this business? Because business and token model, they have to go hand in hand. Make sense? So ask questions like, what is a token? What the heck is a token? I bet again, if I ask each one of you what is a token, I'm gonna get 150 different answers, right? Who's my target? Who's gonna buy this? What they're gonna do with it? Are they gonna hold it? In which case I'm gonna have a target. Are they gonna spend it? Which I'm gonna have a different target. Are they gonna use it or sell it? So the target, the use, ask yourself these questions, right? Again, it's all about coming back to the basics. And I know that I'm talking to very intelligent people in this audience. I know that. And so these are very basic things, but things that are very much overlooked. Sometimes it's just a matter of taking a step back and asking yourself these probing questions. And you're gonna gain clarity of mind. Ultimately, it's all about clarity. Your actions have to align with your objective. And lastly, compliance. We are humans. Humans live in societies. Societies are built on jurisdictions, and jurisdictions have laws. We all have to comply with those laws. Fortunately, the SEC in the United States and in other jurisdictions, most of them, they want you to look at three things. Number one, are you building something concrete? Is a software, a hardware, product or service, doesn't matter. Is it something concrete? Can I use it? Or are you building just an idea, in which case it's very close to a security, right, that needs to be registered properly. Number two, usefulness. Is it useful? Am I using something? I'm using the token for something, to gain access to a product, a service, a website or not, right? Is it non-speculatory? Am I implying or stating anywhere in the white paper or my communications that this token can go up or down in value? In which case, that token is promoted as a financial vehicle, again, that needs to be registered properly with the authorities. So comply with the law. I'll leave you with 3 brownie points. Number one, ICO before July. Why? Token income is taxable income. How do you reduce your taxes? Through expenses, right? If you have more time to incur those expenses, and then you reduce your token income, which in turn reduce your taxes. Freeze, don't burn the token. 99% of the startups and the ICO burn their token. Don't do that. Freeze them. So you don't have to worry about rebalancing the cap table. Have a change in supply. People are going to be happy in the short term because the supply is going to shoot up. But in the long term, as you're going to hire people, advisors, and so forth, you're going to have to issue new tokens. But if you freeze them, you have it there. You don't have to reissue it, right? It's cold storage, 5 to 7 years, right? You issue 100,000 tokens, 80,000 get sold, 20,000 go in cold storage for 5 to 7 years. And when you need them, are there. Once you burn it, long term, you have to reissue new token that is going to change the supply again. Price is going to go down, and people are going to be unhappy. It's going to create a mess. Don't burn the token. Freeze them. Raise money in pre-ICO. Pre-ICO money are smart money. ICO money follow only what the pre-ICO money does. So the people that actually have the tech team on staff that understand a white paper, they're actually pre-ICO money. There are VCs and PEs and so forth. So try to raise 70% or more during the pre-ICO and leave 30% during the ICO. That is also going to validate your project, right? If I know that Sequoia or a big name invests in your project, it also is going to validate from a marketing point. Makes sense, right? Takeaways, and I know that we're short on time, probably have a minute or two. Number one, challenge your thinking. For the past 10 minutes, I've been constantly telling you, take a step back, don't jump to conclusion. Challenge your thinking, your thoughts. Your actions need to align to your objectives. And have fun, right? Crypto is a 24/7 life. I have a wife and kid, and unfortunately, I barely see them. I travel a lot. But I have fun with it. Meet the people, not just talk about crypto, talk about life. This relationship will serve you well in the long term, right? It's just like school. So have fun, enjoy where you are, visit. So don't just kind of think about money. That's not the purpose here. About me, I'm a serial entrepreneur, hybrid entrepreneur from traditional, went to crypto a few years back. I advise currently 12 companies. I'm a founder of the Blockchain Compliance Alliance that is developing a standard for ICO. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you can reach out to Alyssa G at block-start.com. And yeah, she'll set up some time we can talk more. So thanks, Valentin and the team for organizing this event. And yeah, have fun, enjoy the day, and don't forget to bid on. Thanks, guys.
Round of applause for Christian.